The cold days of winter will be here before you know it, and Warm Up America and Land's End are uniting volunteers to provide hand-knit blankets to those in need. Brett Barra is a crafting maven. She is the host of Knit and Crochet, now on PBS, and is here to tell us more about their Feel Good campaign. Welcome, Brett.
Thanks for having me.
It's
Hi.
great. I'm so looking forward to this and the lesson later on.
Right.
How long have you been knitting and crocheting?
My whole life. My mom's really crafty. She taught me to knit when I was about 5 years old, but I didn't really stick with it when I was a kid. I learned again in college, so I've really been into it since I was in college.
Why is it that you enjoy it so much?
I love working with my hands. I love making things. I just love doing crafts. It's relaxing. It just feels really good to make something and have a creative outlet. It's a nice antidote to our modern lives where we just have so much technology and we're all so busy all the time. I find it really stress relieving.
You took the train in and you said you were knitting in the train.
I was knitting in the train. You know what? I'm never as angry as everyone else at the airport or on the train. Everyone else gets so stressed out when they're traveling, and I'm just knitting and I'm happy.
Well, you also have your own show on PBS. How long have you been doing that?
About 4 years now. We've been on air, and we've had a great reception. People love knitting and crocheting. It's really popular. There's about 53 million people who knit and crochet in this country.
It has really become very popular, and you're seeing these stores now selling the yarns for everybody to come in and choose.
There's so many beautiful yarns out there. So once you start getting into the yarn, then you really get addicted.
All right, you may get me hooked, right?
I'm going to do it.
All right, let's talk about the Feel Good campaign.
The Feel Good campaign is a wonderful campaign that Land's End has launched. This is the second year that they're doing it, and it's a way to sort of extend their interest in customer service and in working with the communities and giving back to the community. And so it's a fantastic program where they're donating thousands and thousands of pounds of this yarn, which is their exclusive Feel Good yarn, via a great charity called Warm Up America. And they're distributing that yarn to knitters and crocheters all across the country who will knit and crochet by hand these really simple squares that are 5 by 7 inch rectangles. And we're making thousands of these. And they'll be sewn together into blankets and donated to people in the United States who are going to be cold this winter.
And we actually have a blanket right here that is already together.
Yeah, and you can see it's this great patchwork effect and really warm and soft and comforting.
There's such a big need, is there not, especially this time of the year?
There really is, and especially with our economy being what it is right now, there's a lot of people in need. So this is just such a great way to take, a relaxing hobby to do something really easy. Making one of these squares is just really easy, even for a complete beginner. Just a simple square really is a great way to be part of this important campaign.
But also, there's another component to this. If you don't knit, what can you do?
If you don't knit,
there are a lot of us who don't.
Even though you're going to learn
today.
I'm going to learn.
I'm excited.
You can purchase a Feel Good sweater from Land's End, which is made from this very same yarn. And for every sweater purchase, Land's End will donate the yarn. So either way, you can be involved in this campaign.
All right, before we get to the lesson, what's the big knit event that's happening?
Oh, yes. We had this fantastic knit out in New York City, and we had hundreds of knitters and crocheters who came to Midtown Manhattan, and we gave away a ton of yarn and made hundreds of squares. So it was a great way to launch this program and really get started.
Got people excited about it. Absolutely. You want to start the lesson now?
Are you ready? Do you want to start the lesson now?
I do. I have to confess, I was just asking Brett, what are these things called? She had to tell me they were knitting needles.
Knitting needles.
I have never even touched one of these, so this is my first time ever.
Well, I got you started here. I started your square so that you'll have something to start working on. So you go ahead. You're going to be pink. I'm going to be orange.
Am I holding it correctly?
Are you right-handed?
I am.
Okay. So yes, you'll hold the piece with the yarn in it in your left hand and hold the empty needle in your right hand.
All right.
So you start.
Push it up?
Yeah, push it up to close to the tip.
Okay. And this is what kind of stitch?
This is the knit stitch.
This is just one stitch.
Yes.
Okay. As you know, I am a novice at this. Okay.
So you're going to stick your empty needle into that first loop. To the front part of the loop from left to right.
Is that the loop right there?
Yep, and put the needle behind the other needle. There you go. So they kind of cross in the back.
All right.
And then hold that in place with your left hand.
Oh, okay. Got it.
And take your yarn.
My yarn.
Your yarn tail. Wrap it around the back of the back needle.
Do I need to pull it up a little bit more here? Okay.
Oh, you're okay.
I'm okay?
Yeah.
All right.
In between the two needles.
In between.
Yes, you got it. And now just pull that right needle through to the front.
To the front.
to this.
Yeah, you're doing it. Yes, perfect.
Oh, that knot. Okay, great.
And then slide that loop off the left-hand needle.
Oh, slide it off.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's it?
That's it.
Oh, let me try
I think
that
you're
again.
a secret knitter. You know how to do this.
Okay. Then
So
what
insert
happens?
into the loop,
Okay.
to the next loop.
Oh, to the next loop.
Yes.
Okay, now.
So now you're inserting your right needle into the very next loop from left to right.
Left to right. And I have to put it in the back. That's
Yes,
what I remember.
cross them in the back.
And then
Then take your yarn.
my yarn and loop it around
Around
from
the
the back and in between.
Yeah.
Okay. And then,
Pull your right-hand needle through to the front,
oh, hold on. Okay, there you go.
and then slip that off the left needle.
Mine's not as tight as yours.
That's
but-
okay. That's a really common problem for beginners.
Is it?
The yarn feels too loose or too
Yes,
tight.
it
But
does.
you get the hang of that a little
Okay,
practice.
and then I pull it off.
Pull it off. Yeah.
And
then you're ready to make the next stitch. So you just repeat that. So again, you'll
again,
stick
put it in the back.
through the front
Oh,
part
through
of
the
the
front,
loop,
then back.
and then cross it in the back.
Okay. Can you show people how to do it at a regular speed? I'm apparently too slow. Okay.
Sure.
So we go in and then in the back, correct? Oops.
Right. You go in through the front of the
And then-
loop, across them in the back,
Back.
and then wrap the yarn around behind the back needle and in between the two needles.
Okay. And then in between.
Yes.
And then we do
pull
this.
through to
pull
the
through
front.
the front. Oh my. Okay.
No, you had it.
Did I have it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. My
And-
colleague Ann Nyberg loves to knit. She makes purses. She's just amazing. And I just marvel at what she's able to do with her knitting skills.
Well, it's really not hard once you get the hang of it. Honestly, you're doing great. You got it on your very first stitch.
You think so?
It's really not hard. I think after a couple of rows, you would be a pro.
Okay, so show everybody what speed you normally do.
Okay, so I'm actually not a crazy fast knitter. Some people are really fast. But, if you want a refresher, you can go to our website, landsend.com/feelgood, and we made a how to knit and how to crochet video, which are right there on the website. So you can go home tonight with your little knitting and download those videos and practice.
Oh, Brett, thanks. So if you want more information about Land's End, check out their website. It's right there. As Brett said, just come to our website and we'll also provide a link. Thanks for the lesson.
You were great.
Coming up next, Chef Leticia shares her recipe for Brazilian meat and corn pie with Connecticut style.